Oscar goes to. And the Oscar goes to.
The Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar goes.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're listening or watching. Welcome in. My name's Oscar. This week, well, this is actually a little bonus episode. Usually every Monday we do a podcast, but there wasn't really particularly big things going on last weekend. However, Tuesday was a jam-packed day for me, and we'll break that down and sort of the stuff that I got up to. A little behind the scenes of what it's like being at an influencer event. I went to my very first one. Feels kind of weird to say, but we'll get stuck into that. I've been watching a couple movies on the side, so we'll talk about those, particularly Cold Storage and Crime 101. And sort of anything else that's been going on. I've also picked up recently, for any regulars of the channel or the live streams, by the way, if you know me from Spotify or YouTube, check out my TikTok at NotThatOscar. I go live every day. We talk about movies. We talk about all things to do with TV, film, sometimes a little bit of gaming. So it's all very exciting. But I've been getting crazy headaches. I've been having headaches for like, I don't know, a month or so now. And the doctor assures me it's fine. Okay, doctor. Anyway, so I picked up these slutty little blue light glasses. What do we think, chat? What do you, I'm styling them out for audio listeners. I look damn good right now, let me tell you. I don't think I'll wear them for the pod, but rates, thoughts, let me know. Maybe you're not a fan. But I wore them yesterday, and I got to be honest, the headaches were a little bit better. So maybe it's related, who knows? What's everyone been up to? Let me know what you've been watching down in the comment section. My main two movies recently, we obviously did Send Help. We spoke about that last week with Iron Lung and how incredible that's done. I think it's sort of on the way to $40 million, which is insane. I have not seen loads recently. I'm a little bit behind on how many movies I've seen this year. So I've seen 34 movies this year, and we're on the 42nd day of the year. So I'm 8 movies behind, which isn't good, I'm trying to do 365 this year. I've got to play catch up, but I have been watching a bit more TV. So, credit where credit is due. I rewatched Spider-Man 3, which I've got to be honest, was a fun time, of course, 4 stars. But then Cold Storage was my second most recent watch. Now, Cold Storage intertwines with my very first influencer event. Yes, Oscar, you've made it big time. Well, thank you very much with my nearly 2,000 followers on TikTok. I'm very proud of it, actually, and I'm very grateful. I got invited thanks to the wonderful people at Vamp. They are a UK agency that do work for plenty of movie studios. And they saw some of my videos that I had done previously on Waste Man, which comes out February 20th. And I'm not being paid to say this, but it is a generational movie. It's so good. It's gripping. It's thrilling. It's gut-wrenching. David Johnson, Tom Blythe. It's an all-round great time. And I'll do a proper review of it again when we get closer to the 20th. But they saw some videos I'd done on that after seeing the film last year. And they're like, hey, Oscar, we appreciate that. Would you want to maybe come along to some events? And I was like, yes, I would love that very much. So my first event I've been invited to was for Cold Storage. This is a new body horror, like comedy action movie. It's probably the best way to describe it. It's got Joe Keery, Georgina Campbell, Liam Neeson. It's directed by Johnny Campbell. I probably should have checked that before we came into the episode. I'm pretty sure that's right. It is Johnny Campbell. And it's an all-round fun time. So the event itself, I will probably be putting up photos and videos of the behind the scenes. It was at the Curzon, Soho, closed event to a bunch of people. It was really cool. Loads of influencers there. Loads of people from TikTok that I recognized. I went over and said hello, and I was like, this is a guy called House of Zach and this girl called Freya. I think it's Freya O'Neill on TikTok. They're both brilliant at what they do. And I was like, I know you guys from TikTok. Hello. And then it was funny. They're like, do we know you? And I was like, no, I'm just a fan. So that was cool, sort of mixing worlds with people that are much more successful than me. And then my friend came along and she helped do stuff for me. And she bumped into some people that she has seen on Married at First Sight, that was apparently quite cool. I've never seen the show, so it didn't really bother me, but that was a nice little trade-off. And yeah, the event was cool. So it was at Curzon, Soho. and they basically transformed the first and second floors into like this immersive experience. So it's kind of like you're in the storage facility where cold storage takes place. Now, the film is about a highly mutating fungus that escapes a sealed facility. Two young employees, Joe Keery, Georgina Campbell, must survive the wildest night shift to save humanity from extinction. It's pretty funny. It's completely unhinged. So was the experience. So there was like real life actors. Obviously, they're real life. They're actors. Sort of portraying the characters you might see from the film, the infected people. There was some photo booth opportunities. There was a hot sauce company that had done a collab with Cold Storage, and you could do like their hot sauce challenge. I posted that video on TikTok, so you can go have a look. It's kind of humorous. I'm not great with spice. And I came up with the great catchphrase, which was turning up the heat with Cold Storage. And I was quite proud of that. And I thought, you know, they should have done it. They should have bought that off me, but it's okay. Maybe next time. And look, the experience was great. Free food, free wine and beer. It was lovely to meet some people. It's really cool. So, I mean, the main thing is I'm just very grateful for everybody that watches and listens and follows me on TikTok, and you can do so on Instagram. By the way, my name, Not That Oscar, is on every platform. Letterboxd, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, or X, the Everything app. So if you want to keep up to date with literally everything, then you're more than welcome to do so. And yeah, look, the event was good fun. I think with those sort of premieres, everyone's a little bit more hyped than usual. The reactions are a little bit heightened. But the film was really good fun. I think separate to that, it is unhinged. The director came onto stage, gave us a little intro, and said it was unhinged. It proceeded to be just that. It's kind of wacky. The humor's good. Joe Keery continues that Stranger Things kind of portrayal of Steve Harrington. Liam Neeson has a Taken combined with Naked Gun approach, and Georgina Campbell is just fantastic in her own right. I think she kind of like holds it down a lot better than the other two, maybe. She's in Barbarian, which I love Barbarian. She's in Bird Box Barcelona. You might know her from King Arthur as well. She plays Kay in King Arthur. So a really cool cast, and it was a nice thing to be invited to. I hope I get to go to them more. I don't think there was like anything else from that event. I guess that's sort of the behind the scenes of it, as it were. It's a little bit more detail than I put out on TikTok. And then the second film that I watched that I kind of mainly wanted to talk about was Crime 101. Now, Crime 101 is going to be one of these films that, well, when I first saw the trailer, I don't think they sold the film particularly well. Now, the cast is stacked. It's Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, Barry Keoghan. You've got nominees. You've got winners from the Academy Awards. It's really quite incredible. Big names. But it's a 15 rated crime action thriller. I've got to be totally honest. I'm not sure where the 15 part comes in. There's like a little bit of shooting involved, but there's no serious sort of gun wounds. I guess maybe there's a bit of blood in it, but not crazy. I think they will miss out on a bit of a market. Obviously being a 15, not a 12. Now, when films go to the higher age rating, it's not just that they're missing people from the ages of 12 upwards, and younger if they're with an adult in the UK, but people get put off, like adults get put off. They're like, oh, 15, it might be a bit intense, might be a bit too sexual, it might be a bit too sweary or whatever. I didn't find that with this movie. I was kind of just locked in. The score is fantastic. The action's really good. I think the acting is really good as well. Chris Hemsworth plays this very emotional, timid guy at heart, but then puts on this portrayal of sort of a macho, risk-taking thief. It is a weird place to sort of be like, oh, I kind of feel sorry for this really handsome man that is visibly the best and the sexiest thing alive. For him to then portray like this quite, oh, I'm just so alone and I need loving kind of character, that kind of takes you a minute to get over. But the film itself, as I said, sounds amazing. I'm a huge sound design guy. It's quite electric. this film. The beats are great. And it really does throw you into the action. You know, the first 10, 15 minutes is a little bit like, okay, I feel like we're sort of dragging this out. These intros a bit too much. What's going on? There's a lot of trigger warnings for my iPhone PTSD alarm, iPhone alarm PTSD sufferers. I hate that. And there's a lot of that in that film. But it's weird because it's not been marketed very well, I don't think. Like, this is a huge blockbuster. I don't know the budget of it. I don't have that up, but it's something that I would recommend you seek out. I don't really understand why it's being ignored, and it got a little bit of like, oh, this is just a poor man's knockoff of Heat, Michael Mann film. Now, it has a lot of the same sort of tropes and setup, but performs them to a exquisite standard. It isn't Heat. Heat is a 5-star banger, but this is a 4-star banger, okay? It's quite good as a sort of, well, we're waiting for Heat 2. I want something very similar. If people said, oh, I liked Heat, what do you recommend? Crime 101 would probably now be within those first 3 recommendations that I make. I had a thoroughly enjoyable time. I will probably seek out watching it again, and it will do numbers on Amazon Prime. It's a great streaming movie. It's not overly complicated, but it's an even better cinematic experience. Very rarely do you get a film that is built for cinema and streaming. So I think we need to cherish this moment and what we have with Crime 101. So I really, really enjoyed it. Now, coming up this weekend, there is quite a few features. The main one, of course, being Wuthering Heights. Now, we're going to be talking about that on Monday's podcast, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. But there's plenty other things dropping, and I just want to highlight a few of them. So tomorrow I'm seeing Goat and Wuthering Heights. My reviews will be dropping on TikTok and YouTube Shorts Saturday morning, lunchtime. Then you've also got Looney Tunes movie, they're back. You have Whistle, which is a horror movie with Daphne Keane and your boy Nick Frost. You've also got some new TV series. Cross Season 2 is back on Prime. Love is Blind. A new TV show from the creator of Derry Girls. That's on Netflix. It's called How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. Trying to think of the other movies that are coming out that are a bit smaller. What I want to talk about, right, is a movie called Honey Bunch. Now, this comes out on Shudder. Shudder is a horror kind of first streaming app. I'm pretty sure it's quite cheap, or you might be able to watch it free with ads. You might have to check for yourselves, I'm afraid, on that one. But I saw it back at London Film Festival. I think I saw it in October. I'm gonna triple check when I saw it, so just give me a moment. Now, Honey Bunch is a body thriller, horror thriller, and I believe it's a directional debut as well. Let me just check. No, it's not a directional debut. That's a complete lie. But they've not done huge amounts of work prior to this. But it's Diane. Diane's husband is taking her to an experimental trauma facility deep in the wilderness, but she can't remember why. As her memories begin to creep back in, so do some unwelcoming, sinister truths about her marriage. So there's a lot about deceit and betrayal, but love that kind of intertwines through it. It's a fantasy, science fiction, body horror thriller. It's really quite great. I had a fantastic time. So I watched this back on October 11th. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think I threw it a like as well. Now, it's no Oscar-winning movie, but it will get buried in the streaming sort of mountains. And it's going to be my one film that I recommend this week, is that amongst the chaos of about 8 films releasing this weekend, Crime 101, Goats, Whistle, Looney Tunes, etc., seek out Honey Bunch, because it's very different to the rest, and it will kind of stick with you. And the performances are stellar. I mean, it is pretty much just the main two cast 90% of the time. So the cast for this is Grace Glovicki, Ben Pertwee, who you might know from he was in the Blackberry film. He's in the upcoming Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. He was in Dead Lover, The Heirloom. He's been in a few things of recent years that have done well at festivals. So I hope he gets recognition because I thought he was brilliant. But Jason Isaacs is the big name in it. He's kind of like the draw, I guess, if you don't know much about the movie. But yeah, I guess that's my recommendation, people. Now, this is just a short little catch-up. I don't know, it's probably end up being about 15 minutes or so. But mainly, that's it. A little insider into an influencer event. I was filming a short film on Tuesday as well before going to the cold storage thing. When I can speak more about that, I will. It's really exciting. It's a fantastic short film. Brilliant director, brilliant cast, brilliant crew. It was a true honor to be a part of it, actually. So when that comes out, when I can speak about it, I certainly will. I'll be pushing that to the masses. That's it. Quick little catch up. Happy, I don't know when you're seeing this, Thursday or Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Come along to my live streams. I'm live 5:30 p.m. every day on TikTok at Not That Oscar. Not always on Saturdays, but always Monday to Friday and then Sundays. So, been my pleasure. What do you think of my little glasses? Do I look cool? Do I look nerdy? I don't mind the nerdy look, so we can dig that. Yeah, that wraps it. Have fun, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.